Yes, this is Rohan and welcome to this tutorial. This is going to be for week 3 on question number 3. Join me today. Now what I'm going to be looking at is the example that's solved for you in MyStatLab, and it speaks to a set of data here which is 25 ages for customers, and we have some questions to answer about it. Would you expect the mean age to be smaller than, bigger than, or about the same size as the median? And we're asked to explain. One of the things I want to do with this is to show you a little trick with MyStatLab. This little icon here means that you can copy the data in a table, or you can open it in StatCrunch. I'm going to copy it in a table, which I've already done, but I'm going to essentially redo it just to show you the steps. So it's on my clipboard. If I hit paste, then the data is copied there. And a quick analysis that's going to be useful for this problem. If I go to my data analysis tab, and if I didn't have, typically when you enter Excel, you're going to be in the home tab. Click on data, you should have your data analysis tab here. I want to do a descriptive statistic. If you don't have data analysis, you can look at the video that shows you how to download it. It's pretty powerful. And when you first enter this, it's going to be, these cells are going to be empty, so I want to show you what you're going to walk into. The input range for data is in column A, so if I click here and click on column A, the data being processed, the source is column A. I don't have a label in my first row, so I'm leaving this box unchecked. And I want to output the data in a certain range on this sheet, so I click on this cell and tell it, okay, place the data there. I could put it in a new workbook or a new worksheet. So those are other options you have. What the process that I'm going to perform on this data is statistical summary. And then if you hit OK, it generates for you with the click of a mouse all these different statistical outputs: the mean, standard error, median, mode, standard deviation, some of which may be useful to you and some of which may not be useful. So in going back to the question, let's get rid of that so we can look at the question. Would you expect the mean age to be smaller than, bigger than, or about the same size? If we look at the symmetry of this plot, it is approximately symmetrical. This is, the red is indicating the upper half and the blue the lower half, and they're about the same, so it's pretty symmetrical. And you can use the information in this, and skewness is a measure of symmetry, and this is pretty close to 0, so it's also showing us in a quantitative sense that the data is symmetrical. It's asking you to find the mean, and the text goes, or MyStatLab goes into this archaic way of doing it, but it shows you the principle. To find the mean, you are summing all the values and dividing by the number of data points, and the sum is literally 18 plus 33 plus 35, which is 18 plus 33 plus 35 all the way down to 48, and that's 817, and then you divide that by the total number, you get 32.68. But as you can see, that is also information that we got from the data analysis toolbar. The mean is sitting right there. So again, there are different ways to get this information, and none of them is incorrect, but some are just a little more efficient than others. The median, same story. It goes through and explains what the median is. It's if you have these numbers ordered, then you want to get the number that's smack in the middle. So if you have 25 numbers, then The 13th number is going to be in the middle, so that's another way to find it. Or as I showed you earlier, if you did a statistical summary analysis in data analysis toolpack, it spits out the median, the mode, standard deviation, many other things that we didn't need for this question, but I wanted to show you the power of that, and it is something that you really ought to become comfortable with. So that's pretty much the gist for question number 3 for week